What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. We are hitting a rummage sale and garage sales today. Get inside of this sale, and there's two things I did not even see right there that's worth some good money. Luckily, no one else saw them either, so I do end up picking this up when I spin around there and see them. But when you go to these sales, at least me anyway, I'm in a rush just to look for the really good stuff, kind of the obvious video game finds and stuff that I really like, vintage toys. So sometimes I miss little things like that. Of course, I'll show you everything in the haul part of the video so you won't miss anything. And I find a lot of things today that I don't even have recorded here as I'm hitting these sales because I just don't have the glasses on or the battery's dead or whatever. So here's a Monkey Bank vintage. That goes right in the bag. There's also an Xbox there, but it was $150 I saw. Ceramic Christmas tree was $50. I'm like, uh-oh, this sale's starting to get expensive. This is an annual church sale, and usually it's pretty cheap, but those prices are kind of crazy. So over here in the shoes, I spot some good ones right away. We got some good Keen shoes there going in the bag, some Hoka shoes with a little bit of wear, but at $5, there's some money to be made in those. Here's some Skechers shoes, nothing special, I'm gonna leave those. Got some of these Under Armour Curry shoes, and I've sold a pair one time for like $50. It must not have been those because they're not selling that great. Still can make some money on them. There's some Nike there for $10. There's some Nike there with some really bad damage. There's some Z-Coil shoes going in that woman's bag, so did not get those. But yeah, I just sold a pair, but they were blue. Those Nike shoes for like $30, so I did not want to pay the $10 for them. That looked like a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out shirt, but it was not vintage. So it's also youth, but would have picked that up in a heartbeat if it was original. Over here in the jackets, see this Kentucky Wildcats jacket. And I'm like, that's pretty good for $2. Gonna take that. Also, with these garage sale videos, of course, I'm going to be moving around quickly. So if you don't like that, just jump to the haul. You can see everything I found. So you don't have to put up with that if it makes you motion sick or whatever. Putting that Cincinnati Reds vintage sweatshirt in. This stuff's 50 cents, so there's all kinds of opportunity here if you like to sell clothing. Like there's an Ohio State Nike golf shirt there, it looked like. That USA United We Stand shirt might sell for a little bit. I usually just pick up the vintage stuff or stuff that's actually worth a lot of money because I don't like selling a lot of clothing where I'm only making $10. Yeah, I pass on a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of Under Armour pants at 50 cents. You could probably make some pretty good money. There's probably 12 pairs at least. Like this Nike hoodie here for 50 cents. I'm like, okay, I'll buy that. That's probably would sell on eBay since it's kind of unique. More Under Armour stuff, all saturated on eBay, but again, when you're getting it for 50 cents, there's some room for profit because you can mark it lower than everyone else trying to sell it and still make some good profit. I got way too much stuff to list, so I'm not picking up stuff like that. See this camera case, and you got to check that. Some really good cameras out there you can make hundreds of dollars on. Don't even know if there's a camera in there, but there is one. It's a Minolta Freedom 50N. Not a good camera. Sells for like $10 on eBay. There's that Xbox. I checked it. There wasn't any good games that I saw, anything rare. $150 is just way too much. They got game system written on that Vizio screen there. So that's just, they don't know anything about video games. Is clear, whoever's pricing that stuff. So just have to leave that. Here at this garage sale, I see this vintage Rebound game, and this is a pretty good one to pick up. You see there, all games are 50 cents. So yeah, I'm gonna pick that up for 50 cents, I think. Not trying to buy a lot of used board games that aren't valuable, but this one complete still like $30 plus, and the pieces of that one sell very well. How is everyone's garage sale season going so far? Are you finding anything good? Let me know in the comments. So we figured we'd come Here we have some tools, some books, some Christmas stuff, and I see this one. This is a Santa that reads. You put a cassette tape in it, and I did some research on it to see if it was worth picking up. There was some money in it, but it's so big, and with the cassette tape, there's usually problems, so I just didn't want to mess with it. Just left it. At this sale, I got lots of just, normal looking garage sale stuff. And this is a community sale that's going on. So it's a lot of people who have sales every year. So you don't really see anything good. And if it is, it gets picked very quickly. But we're still going to look. Here's a National pressure cooker, and I've sold those before. Picked up a couple last year, and I sold them for like $75 to $100. That one was $40, so just left that. Here's a Sony under the cabinet CD player. Used to pick those up all the time. I sell them on Amazon for about $120 if they have the remote. That one was priced kind of high, so I just didn't want to mess with it, and I don't sell them on Amazon anymore. And eBay, they're a little bit saturated, and that one was like $25. I can't remember. At this sale, I see some of these cars. I'm like, oh, these are kind of unique. Old, 25 cents a piece. I'm just going to grab them. And there's a Care Bear cousin right there. Some of those are worth a lot of money. That particular one, there's a anniversary edition that will sell for over $100. That one, I did some research on it, and it didn't look like it was selling for much at all. So I just left it. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. It's hard to tell with some of those plush because they all look the same, which ones are valuable. But I just kind of looked it up and moved on. And if you do enjoy these videos, hit that like button for me. Show me a little support. I really do appreciate it. But here's a foot for a sewing machine, I think they're called. I've sold some of the Bernina feet and got over $100 for them. That one, I couldn't see any maker on it, so just decided to leave it. Got some scissors here as well I pick up just to take home with me. They were a quarter. Wanted to see if they were anything special. Here's some vintage sheets and pillowcases, brand new. I do end up getting all of those for $5. And the best thing I got was at like a sale that just had baby clothes. I didn't even bother turning on the camera, so we'll be looking at that in the haul for sure. Some pretty cool looking lamps there. Unfortunately, they weren't actually old. They ended up being made in China when I flipped them over, so that was unfortunate. This sale just had a lot of expensive stuff, very high prices. Sometimes you come across garage sales like that. But I ended up finding some great things today. Let's jump into the haul and I'll show you. Check it out. Got a good haul here from a rummage sale and some garage sales. Let's start back here with these dolls. I got this Bratz doll at the rummage sale for $3. Of course, I'm picking up any Bratz doll I see that's new. However, when I picked this up, I was pretty sure it was going to be a newer one and not worth that much. And it is. I think it's worth like 20 bucks. If this was a vintage original, it might be worth hundreds of dollars new like this. Below it, I got this American Girl doll. It's a Disney princess version. I didn't notice it at first because I see these Disney princess dolls a lot. I guess I just didn't register it was American Girl. On my second pass through though, I saw there that it said American Girl and I grabbed it right away for $10. This one is in great condition, has the box. It should sell for $100, $120. There's a Rapunzel American Girl doll. It looked like it was selling for about $400. Unfortunately, it was not the Rapunzel Cinderella. Picked up some good shoe deals as well for $5. I got these Keen work shoes. They look like they're about $40 shoes pre-owned. Here's another pair of Keens I got for $5. These were actually selling for $50, $60. I saw some comps for pre-owned for that particular pair. And then for $5, I got these Hoka shoes. They do have a little bit of wear on the sole, but everywhere else is really nice. And Hoka's, even with a little bit of wear, will sell. In better condition, these would sell for $60. I'm probably going to price them $25, $30, and they should get a pretty quick sell. Never had a problem selling Hoka as long as they're in at least wearable condition. Then for $5, I picked up these Under Armour Curry shoes. And I've picked up some before at a garage sale. I remember them selling for like $50. However, this pair does not look that great. If I looked them up, I probably wouldn't have bought them. I do think I could sell them for around $25 though. So definitely not going to lose money on them. It's just they didn't look like they were selling that fast and not for a lot of money. Then for $5 at a garage sale, I picked up some Ortho feet shoes. Been finding a lot of these. Last year was the year of San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. I found so many. This year so far has been Ortho feet. And a lot of Ortho feet's not that great, but some of the comfort shoes, the larger sizes do sell well. I've been selling some pairs around $50, $60 I've got this year. Looks like these are more basic. I'll probably sell these for like $40 plus shipping. Still only paid $5 for them. They're in perfect condition. So adding up my shoe finds, it's going to be a good profit. Down here on the floor, I got a bunch of these graphic audio CD sets. They're all Western. It's funny because last time I was in that area, I got a bunch of these. A tote full of them, actually, for $5. These I had to pay $14 for. They wanted $1 a piece, and I ended up getting, I think, over 30 of them for $14 is what we worked out in the end. These lot up pretty good. Based on what I have here, I think I'm going to make at least $50 profit, maybe a little more. Here we have some Burlington House vintage sheets and pillowcases, it looks like. Got all these for $5, and I noticed some were selling, well, not this exact style, but I did see where some sheets and pillowcase sets were selling for anywhere from $50 to $100 from this brand that are vintage. Over the last 3 years, I did find where these sold for about $30 for a sheet set, I think I saw on there. So I don't know exactly what I'll make on these, at least $50. Should be no problem. Picked up some clothing, mostly because it was so cheap at the rummage sale. This Nike pullover, which actually will sell for like $25 if I want to sell it, but I think it was only 50 cents. For what I could tell, all men's clothes was 50 cents, unless marked otherwise. Picked up this vintage Cincinnati Reds sweatshirt again. I think it's logo 7, which isn't terrible. For 50 cents, probably sell that for 15, 20 bucks. And then this one was marked $2. This is a G3 vintage Kentucky Wildcats jacket. I find a lot of Wildcat stuff vintage. Some of the G3 stuff I've sold for a lot of money. This particular one, I could not find the exact one, but similar stuff, I think it's at least $30. So adding up all the clothing finds, it's pretty good money for what I paid. Back here, I have this Yamaha receiver. Picked this up at a garage sale for $30. It's kind of why you go to every garage sale, because as I was walking up to this one, I didn't even turn on my glasses to record because it looked like it was all just baby clothes and like cheap generic women's knickknacks and stuff like that. But I got up there and in the middle of a table, there was this Yamaha, and Yamaha receivers can be very hit and miss. There's some really good ones and some really just average ones. So at $30, I didn't want to buy like a $60, $80 unit, pay that much, and just didn't want to deal with it, right? So I did a quick look up, and the first thing that popped up was a receiver that was like $3,000. So my heart started jumping, and I was seeing some for over $1,000. But eBay was just doing that thing where they weren't showing me exactly what I looked for, so I had to go a bit deeper into research. But I started seeing these selling for upwards to $200, $300. I saw some people selling them for like $200 plus $72 shipping. So I think I can sell this for $275 plus shipping. It definitely does not cost $72 to ship one of these. So if I charge $275 and then it costs about $15 to ship it, is what I'll charge the customer, I should be able to get a sale. Here's a TI-84 Plus C Silver Edition calculator. They wanted $20 for this. I ended up getting it for $10. I probably would have paid the full $20 if they declined my offer. And I'm glad they didn't, because these actually are not selling for as much as they used to. Last time I found one of these, it's been a while. I think I was selling them for like $60 to $65 free shipping. Looks like now at max in good condition, they're selling for like $45 free shipping. So for what I paid for it, there's still plenty of room, but I'll have to remember not to just grab these for $20 anymore, or at least to think about it more. Make sure it works, because not a whole lot of profit in them paying that much. Just grab this at a rummage sale for a dollar. It's a sealed Charles Dickens collection. See there, it was $60. Of course, that does not matter. But I looked it up and I saw some selling pre-owned for around $20 and some new selling for around $25. So easy to list and ship this. I'll probably price it $25. Should get a sale at some point. So got some books. Here's the Charlie Brown dictionary set. This is all 8 books. I paid $8 for them. You know, the comps on these are not great, but these are in really good condition. And it's the whole set. Otherwise, of course, I wouldn't have bought them at all. But I think there's at least $20 profit there for me. Worst case scenario, $15 profit, but they're easy to list and ship, that kind of stuff as well. Then we have these Animorph books, which if you have the full set of these, I think there's 67 books. You can get like $500 for them. Based on what I have here, I think I can make at least $40 profit. Some of these are not even Animorphs. Got Full House books, which I don't think Full House is worth anything that I can remember or know about. But they seem to be in good condition. So if I can make money on them, I will. Picked up some board games. This is a Tripoli game. I used to pick these up all the time. It's just the mat. But I used to sell the mat on Amazon. I'd get like $30 for them. However, you can't sell that stuff on Amazon anymore. And on eBay, it's just not selling anymore. So I'm very realistic on this channel. So when I buy something that's not great, I'm going to own up to it. You know, there's still a little bit of money. I think I sell it for $10 plus shipping, maybe $15 free shipping on eBay. Don't know if I even will bother at this point. I think I still have a couple even that I never got to sell on Amazon when they stopped allowing used board games to be sold. So fun note, I probably won't buy these anymore. I mean, I only paid like $1.50 for it. I'm not sure. I think I paid 50 cents for all the games here. This one was worth picking up though. This is a vintage 1978 Candyland. I just sold a 1983 vintage Candyland. I got $60 for it. Now to get that price, it does take some requirements. One being it's in really good condition, which this one actually is. The board and pieces look like it. Of course, they have to be complete. I don't know if this one's going to have all the cards, but I do have some extra pieces. I mean, the board is in really good condition. The inserts in there as well. So assuming all the cards are there, I'm going to be able to sell this probably for $50. This one's in a little bit worse shape, I think, than the other one that I had, but still not bad for 50 cents, right? Then we got this Rebound game, which is a pretty okay game to sell pre-owned on eBay. Usually they're missing the little pieces here. If it is complete, I should be able to sell it for like $25, $30 plus shipping. Even if I have just a few of these pieces, I can definitely make profit on it. I think they sell for like $15 to $20 I was seeing. So not a game I come across too often, so figured I'd pick it up for 50 cents. Why not? And then behind it, I just got that Lego set I picked up at the rummage sale for $1. You know, it's nothing special. Sells for about $15 free shipping, but I always pick up sealed Lego when I find them. So if I add up all the board game estimated profits, it's pretty good. Here's some other things I just picked up because they were $1/4 a piece. I wasn't sure of the value. Got these vintage like F1 racing cars. Just snatched them up. This one I think is a Matchbox car. Actually, now that I look at it, I'm not sure. I Google lensed it and it was showing Matchbox, but I don't think it is. Anyway, some of these cars can actually be worth hundreds of dollars if they're by a certain maker. These were looking like about $10, $15 a piece. I'm just going to lot all 3 of these cars together. Should make at least $10 profit on them. I picked up some of these scissors. There's some really good vintage scissors. I couldn't read the name. I did see where one said made in England. And again, they were $1/4, so I'd rather just pay it. Get them out of there and get them home and see if they're anything. They're actually not terrible. There was one pair, I think it was this pair, looked like it could sell for $15. However, there is some rust and stuff on it. I'm trying to see the name so I can tell you. I think one was Richards, all clean cut. But I don't know, maybe I can make $10 on them if I just sell them together to somebody who wants them. I don't know exactly. They weren't home runs like I was hoping though. Just threw this in my bag at a rummage sale. It is a vintage Gorilla Bank, only because it was 50 cents and it was old. sold, right? Actually, it didn't look too bad on eBay. I think I'm going to put it on there for $20, $25 plus shipping. So I'll definitely make at least $10 profit on that in the end. And then right here, we got this iced tea Mr. Coffee Maker. This one is still new and sealed. Should be able to sell that for about $100 plus shipping. I've sold these a few times new and they sell great. But there it is, everybody. That's what I have to show you today. Some great finds. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to hit that like button for me. I really do appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.